So without further ado, my friend, the legend himself, Angelo Cataldi, joins us right now.
Dan, let me just start. Do not put neither Howard nor me in the same sentence with Mr. Didinger. All right, I was with him once a month. I get to have lunch with him and Governor Ed Rendell and a whole bunch of other really cool people. And Ray Didinger's out of level. He's somewhere. Getting Ray on. Listen closely to what Ray said, Dan, fans, because that's the real thing. All right. A lot of this other stuff is just BS. Like the next half hour will be about mostly BS. Just so you know what's going on. But Ray, man, he's the real thing. God bless that guy. He's fantastic.
Absolutely. You guys, what a great, it used to be a great station when you guys had people, all different personalities on that station. Now, all I hear is white noise, and I'm hearing, like, for some reason, I hear Bob Lang every hour. I don't know. So anyway, Angelo, I mean, you tell me, man. Give me your initial takeaway of what you saw yesterday and what that Vikings win means to you.
Well, first of all, I'd like to extend my gratitude to Carson Wentz. He was a choker when they got him, and I'm happy to say that 6 teams later, he continues to find a way to blow games. The pick 6 was just, oh God,
it's terrible.
That was just so bad. That's what he does. You understand that? That has been, people still argue in Philadelphia about whether they would have won the championship in 17 if he stayed healthy and they didn't ever get to Foles. No, they would not have won squats. I can guarantee you that. The guy is a loser. All right. So first of all, let's take that. But Wentz helped them a lot. There won't be a week to bail out the Eagles. That's the first thing. The second thing is, what did this really tell us? Well, one thing it told me is this play calling thing is going to be an issue all year. Major issue. It was again. Yeah, they had the opportunity to game plan against one of the worst rush defenses in football. This was the game where you finally get past all this underachievement by Saquon Barkley in the first 6 games. What did they do? I realize there's problems at the offensive line. There's also ways to get around that. There's also ways to pitch it out, ways to get more creative, use motion back, give opportunity through your creativity to open up opportunities. And they didn't do any of it. There was none of that. There's been no creativity whatsoever in the play calling for 7 games now. None whatsoever. And yesterday, Saquon Barkley, I still think the best runner in the NFL, averaged 2.4 yards per carry against a run defense that was given up twice that. I mean, that's just awful. And then you've got this offensive line. And this is where Howie Roseman comes in. If you got Brett Toth playing any sort of a role on your offensive line, you have not planned correctly because he absolutely stinks. He is versatile in that he stinks both at the guard position and at the center position. He's awful at both. So if you got him in the middle of the thing, because Jurgens, like Dickinson, can't stay on the field. He's got a friggin' problem. Oh, he's got a problem. You're going to have issues. So they got 2 big things on offense. They can't call plays, and the offensive line is nowhere near what it's been the last few years. None of that changed yesterday. What changed yesterday was Jalen Hurts pitched the perfect game, a 158 passer rating, and look at the plays. Dan, look at the plays. First touchdown pass to Brown. That wasn't called. Literally, when rolling out, Hurts motions for Brown to go deep and hit. It wasn't a play call, right? We're being told Devontae Smith went into halftime and told them what to call. Because he knew they wouldn't know it themselves. And that's how they hit a couple of big plays to Devontae Smith. And the one that clinched the game, the third down throw to Brown. That looked
third and 13 play was the play of the game.
That's the play call. Play calling is bad. I mean, it's still bad. And when you're playing good teams, you're going to get exposed. That's what I saw. But thank you, Wentz. Without Wentz, they probably would have lost the game.
Oh, absolutely. If Sam Darnold's on the field, they beat them. So let me go here with you. Do you think that Kevin Patullo's done more harm this year to Saquon Barkley or Jalen Hurts?
Barkley, because Hurts has found in 5 of the 7 games ways to circumnavigate around the bad play call. Barkley is helpless. What's he supposed to do? What can he do? They're not even using him as a receiver. They've taken the best weapon in the league and found a way to not use him. I mean, that's just incredible malpractice. And it frustrates me to see this because 1 year ago, with a good coordinator, Barkley got 2,000 yards. He's not going to get 1,000 this year. I mean, do you think Barkley has retracted that far? Has he gotten so worse in 1 year? He's no longer a great runner? No, he has no opportunity to run. They're not finding ways to use this incredible weapon. And it's just that Kellen Moore's not there, and and Patullo is, and Kevin Patullo doesn't know what he's doing. He does not know what he's doing, and Sirianni will not be able to bail him out. So great win, 5-2, probably 6-2 after what happened with the Giants in the fourth quarter. 33 points they gave up. I think the Eagles will find a way to win that game. They'll go to the bye 6-2, and everybody will go, hey, I didn't think they'd do any better than that. But the eye test, are they passing the eye test?
No.
They're not passing my eye test.
No, and let me slide you over on the defensive side now. I say this to you. I think Howie Roseman has had an absolutely awful offseason because
Correct.
Now it is starting to show. I mean, the edge rushings are terrible. The corner play, I mean, like you said, that wasn't really on display in this game because Carson Wentz was doing everything possible. I never seen a team in my entire life that did everything to sabotage themselves to not win a ball game. It was unbelievable in how they played. But do you agree, Howie? I mean, for all the things that he did, Angelo, I said this, I think Howie mortgaged 2025 because of 2026 and 27. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. And you're right on point with Howie and Brandon Graham. It's inevitable. Brandon Graham's going to come to retirement. That's an indictment of Howie Roseman. An indictment. Graham's played 16 seasons. Graham's old. He's 37 years old. He should not be coming out of retirement after a Super Bowl victory because they have no one who can rush the passer, that they have so weak at that position. How are you a GM with a Super Bowl roster and then you're caught with bad players on both of your lines now? You got bad players. Toth is not good. Steen is not good. Offensive line. Those guys are not getting it done whatsoever. And then
Ringo's not good.
No, there's a lot of guys that are not giving you any. And the defensive line, I mean, where are they? Who are they? Yeah, I know you got the 2 big guys in the middle, and that's cool. That's fine. But those guys get neutralized somewhat because they can put more focus on them because your end guys aren't doing a damn thing. The end guys aren't getting it done. And to me, Howie left that cupboard bare. In order to lower the cap. He don't want to mortgage the future. I don't even have a clue what his old thinking was. He said it. He said after they won, I'm going to do this differently, not holding on to people just out of sentiment. Well, I don't know about sentiment. Josh Sweat's got 5 sacks in Arizona. You got nobody with more than 3. You got 9 total. Maybe you should have kept him. Maybe you should have found a way to keep enough of that intact so you could still have the essence of what they did to win a championship. And on either side of the ball, do they show that to me? I don't see it.
How about this, too? I mean, even to your point, look at Bryce Huff and what he's doing right now in sacks. He had 2.5 sacks yesterday against Atlanta. I mean, he's even showing up because they couldn't do anything with him when it came to he's just having a great year so far there with Robert Saleh. My question comes back down to this too with the football team and moving forward, do you right now with 28 quarters of play, give me your sense of do you believe that this is a Super Bowl contending team?
No, and they're not. They'll win the division probably because Washington has done less than I thought. I know they're hurt. I know they're out. Most of the wide receivers are not there, but they're not showing me what I thought I would see. I haven't seen the next step forward. Now Daniels is injured. The Eagles will win that division. They'll get a favorable playoff position. They may win a round, but they're going to get beat by a good coach, the way Denver beat them. They're going to get beat by anybody that can rush the passer because their offensive line is weaker and they don't know how to call plays. And they're going to get beat because the opposition quarterback's going to have lots of time to throw the football. Even Wentz had a lot of time most of the time. He got caught a few times, but most of the time he had time to stay back there and look for people. And those are not the ingredients of a champion. You're always building from the line, and neither of the lines are nearly as good as they were a year ago. Neither of them.
Yeah, and I think Jeff Stoutland has a lot, everyone was saying, there's no doubt that Steen, Cam Jurgens, who went out, like you said, Brett Toth goes in there. He was brutal. I guess, when it came to the run game here. So do you agree? Do you think it's the O-line or do you think it's Barkley?
It's the line. It's one or the other. It's not Barkley at all. It's not 1% Barkley. If I had a minute with Jeff Stoutland, who is widely regarded as the best offensive line coach in the NFL, I would sit him down and go, all right, Jeff, tell me, Brett Toth, does he have photos of you with a goat? Does he have some compromise? Why would he be on your freaking team? And if so, who are the guys behind him? Are they like literally revolving doors? Because this guy can't block. He's terrible. Does anyone watch the line play at all? He can't block. It's ole. It's like a bullfight. Ole, come through. And it's like, Stoutland, I know Stoutland thinks he's good enough to keep him on the team. Stoutland tells them who he wants as his lineman. How did he end up with that stiff? I would love to know that because I watched this and I go, well, that guy can't play. And I don't know half of what these guys are supposed to know. You know more than I do, Dan. Is Brett Toth an NFL lineman?
No, they can't run block to save their life right now.
Can't do it at all. He can't even pass block. Basically, they've got Hurts is like, here, do something. Get something now. We're almost back to Randall Cunningham and run around until somebody gets open and throw him the ball. Let's do that.
Boy, I'll tell you, Angelo, there is no doubt that the football team doesn't have the same talent as they did a year ago on there. But so Howard Eskin was on the program last week, and he said that the best quarterback on the football team is Tanner McKee. He said for what they want to do by throwing the football, the best quarterback in the pocket would be the backup quarterback because Hurts does not show consistency in the passing game. What's your take on that?
My take on that is that he must have just sniffed some glue. He must have been in maybe he called you from an opium den. Is that possible? Give me a break, will you please? This is the problem with, and how it's old school, all right? But this is the problem today with 90% of the media, including Howard. What dumbass thing can I say to show them I'm smarter than everybody else? So Howard's going, I don't know if you know this, I attend practice. So I get to see Tanner McKee. Oh, my God, he's amazing, right? And you're going, I think that's quite the same thing. Jalen, it is so disrespectful to take a guy like Hurts. The guy had 158 passer rating on Sunday. In what world is Tanner McKee going to put up a 158? Okay, tell me that. How many times is McKee going to scramble away from pressure, motion downfield, literally call the play on the run, and throw it and hit the guy in stride for a touchdown? Well, yeah, he's going to do that. Give me a break. But you'd see this on the Dan Orlovsky, Chris Sims, all these jackasses are out to go, look at me. I have a take you never heard of. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Let me explain why. And then if you're really stupid, by the end, you agree with them. But that's not my game. I just try to give my honest opinion all the years I did it. Nowadays, everybody's got to hot take the other guy, and it's all crap. All right? It's crap.
Okay.
Tanner McKee looks good. He may be an NFL
He may
quarterback.
be. He may be. Right. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts top 5. You're a long way from top 5. All right. So stop with this Tanner McKee crap. It's baloney.
Okay. So on your blog, AngeloCataldi.com, once a choker, always a choker. What is the legacy of Carson Wentz in Philadelphia?
Now you're on the topic I'm most intrigued by because, I go back 5 years when Hurts came in and right away Wentz freaked out. And we were all, and on Doug Peterson, and I went, Doug, why don't you switch? Wentz is struggling mightily. Why don't you put the kid in for a game or two? He's from Alabama, Oklahoma. He played a lot of big games, maybe. And Doug said, I can't do it. I can't do that. See, and Doug, being honest, he went, the minute I make that move, the season's over. Because that kid's not ready. Hurts is not ready. And Wentz, I lose Wentz. If Wentz doesn't want to compete with Hurts. Wentz never wanted to compete with Hurts. So here's what happened. Now I know. I'm speculating this as it was happening. But now I know it's true. I watched yesterday's game. I know it's true. So they went out there for the first training camp. And Wentz is there. He's still owed $154 million. They got 6 years to pay him. Yeah. All right. He's 27 years old. He's still just starting his prime. He goes out in the field and they run through a few drills and he goes, oh no, I think that guy's better than me. He's got more field awareness. He's smarter because his father was a coach. He grew up this sport. He's clearly got a great arm. He's got better feet than I do. I'm going to lose my job at some point here in the not too distant future if I stay in this thing. So he basically pouts through the first half of the year and he gets himself traded at the end of the year.
You think he self-sabotaged? You think he self-sabotaged himself in Philly?
No, I don't think he actively tried to fail, but he was defeated mentally because he's a loser. He's a choker. He will not win the big game for you. He always assumes there's another guy out there better than him. So I came up to Dakota, North Dakota State. He wasn't with the Alabama. He always has this insecurity about him, which frankly, now that I've seen him perform for a long time, I understand. He doesn't have the ingredients to be a winner. So what we learned today, we could look back. We go, you know what? He knew right away, I'm not going to be able to keep my job against this guy. He's going to win the job. Not the first day. He's a rookie. But he's going to win the job within a year or two, and then I'm going to be out on the sideline still collecting $154 million, but not being – so he kind of talked his way off the team. Didn't want to compete. That's why it's so ironic that yesterday after the game, Kevin O'Connor, the Minnesota coach, went, well, he competed. And they went, well, that's something new for Wentz since he didn't want to compete when he was here. And it doesn't look for me like he ever really competes in big moments when he could. Like yesterday for him, for Wentz yesterday, Dan, that had to be a big game for him.
Yeah.
Because he could prove, you guys, it's not as cut and dried. You guys, you won a championship without me, but look at me. I could play too. And what you instead found that is he's the same Wentz. In a big game, fumble to the goal line, throw you the ball, pick six, he'll find a way to lose the game. And that's what I learned. What I learned is he saw right away. He's not a dummy. Saw right away. This guy's better than me. That's a fact. Jalen Hurts is a lot better. Now, I got to be honest, though. Neither of them are anywhere close to Tanner McKee. Oh, my God, what a player that kid. Oh, my God. You haven't seen him. I've been in practice. Oh my God, Dan! Oh, what a player! He's the next Joe Montana.
Yeah.
Get that out.
Hey.
Put that on the social media. Hurry up.
Hey, Angelo, tell me why the Eagles struggle at getting Jalen Hurts a proper offensive coordinator.
Wow, that's the question. He has a different one every year. Wow.
Yeah, but even when they're different, they're not for him. They're for Nick.
That's true. That's true. Because I guess it's a byproduct of success. If you are really successful, they've been at 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. Chances are at the end of the successful year, your coordinators are going to be up for main jobs. That's how they lost Steichen, who is really good. And now you're seeing it with the Colts. You're seeing now how Steichen was really good and how Gannon was nothing. All right. You're seeing now the differentiation between a really, really good coach and a guy who everybody thought was good, but actually wasn't very good. All right. Steichen. So they lose Steichen. Then they bring in an absolute amateur in Johnson, and he bollocks the whole year up. So now they got to come back and do something. That the team tank. Let's bring in Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore really knows what he's doing. They have an amazing season. Barkley's off the charts. Everything's going great. Oh, now New Orleans wants to hire Kellen Moore. Let's try the Bobo approach again. Let's bring in another one of Sirianni's buddies. Because a guy who's never called plays. Let's get him in here to drive the Rolls Royce. And now Patullo really will not make it through the whole season. At some point, it'll probably be very subtle. It'll be subtle. Suddenly, either Sirianni will start doing it, or some other guy on the staff, quarterback coach, somebody else will start calling the play because they know this guy can't do it. All right, you get Dan. That was an awful run defense.
The Loeffler guy.
You can't figure out how to get some yards for Barkley against that run defense, then you should not be a coach of the NFL. It's that simple. And Kevin Patullo shouldn't be. So, yeah, it's going to be a bumpy ride here today, Dan. They're not going to get past, they're not going to make it to the NFC Championship game this year. They're going to lose within the first 2 rounds, and then hopefully we'll start the transition to Tanner McKee. Because that's when things will really get great. Make sure that hot take gets out. Tanner McKee is actually better than Jalen Hurts. Did you guys know that? You didn't know that.
Hey, no, Howard knows what he's doing because it got over 500,000 views, man. I mean,
yeah. Do me a favor. Just ask Ray Dedinger that when he comes on, because Ray has a lively sense of humor, and that'll make his day. Say Howard Eskin's out. He said that McKee's better. What do you think, Ray? You ready to say that now that McKee hasn't played a single game in the NFL?
Oh my God. Okay, so the Kevin Patullo thing. I mean, you think he'll be replaced then?
Yes,
sometime in this season he'll be replaced.
Probably. I have to say when. Unless they have a really good game against the Giants, which is possible given that the Giants defense just gave
Green
up 30
Bay and Detroit are on the other side of the Giants game.
Right. And it's a bye week. So they have 2 weeks to integrate somebody else into the process. I don't think they're announcing anything, Dan, but I mean, you don't have to know that much to see it.
Well, no. How about this, Angelo? The indictment is when Devontae, after the game, was asked, he goes, "Hey, that was a really great audible by Jalen, this and that." He goes, "Yeah, you know what? The play was there the entire day." Yeah. And it was almost like a shot at somebody. It was a shot at somebody because he said, "Listen, it's open all day."
Well, I was watching, I guess it was Ole Miss. They were playing LSU, I guess. And I was watching a play calling inside the red zone by Ole Miss. And I could think as I was watching it, because all sorts of creative little moves, and they were doing all sorts of stuff.
Lane Kiffin.
It's phenomenal, right? Oh, that's Kevin? That's okay, well, then that would explain it. That would explain it, all right? And I was looking at it, and I went, whoever that guy is.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin.
He's a way better coordinator than what we have. Because he knows how to design plays that are deceptive and creative. And we don't have that. at all. I mean, Dan, this is as vanilla can get. And it's just bad. And it should be a bigger issue. But a lot of people writing football now don't know that much about the sport to see how bad it really is. And poor Hurts. Hurts, hey, Jalen, while you're at 158, passer rating, could you call the plays too if that's not too much of an imposition for you? Patullo's struggling. Could you do that, Jalen? And then, at the end of the year, hopefully we'll find you another spot when McKee takes over.
Okay, I got two more here for you. Okay, so Brandon Graham, I want to go back and go there. Okay, so they went to the AARP card, and now they're going to Brandon Graham. I mean, is this just a stopgap to get to November 4th, the trading deadline? How in the world do they think that this is going to improve the edge rushers, which are maybe the worst edge rushers in the league right now, and more of an indictment on the general manager? I mean, explain this one to me. Why are they going to this? Why not just make a trade?
Well, right now, I think they need both. I think it's
okay.
desperation. Brandon Graham's not a starter. He's a 20 snap guy, maybe.
Sure. Maybe.
He had 3.5 snaps, 3.5 sacks last year. Not bad for a guy just coming in off this bench, but he's not going to be able to do any more than that. Who knows how kind of shape he's in? Do you really think you've been out all these months? Are you going to come back and stop playing football?
No.
I assume they'll try to have him ready for after the bye, but only in a real, 10 snaps or so a game. He's just in there with the veteran presence. Probably he'll help in the locker room because he's a great leader. But it's sad to me because you're right that isn't going to be enough either.
No.
You're going to have to get somebody else. I had no idea Huff was doing well now because he was useless here, right? So
he's doing very
Huff is well. Sweat is doing well. Milt Williams is out there somewhere. You got all these guys you let go. Who'd you replace him with?
Nobody.
They play one guy who retired in the middle of the season. And then, what? I'm out. We got a game Sunday. I'm out. I know. I'm done. What is he, like 30? I know what he is. He's retired? Maybe we should have vetted that a little better.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Always had a bad off season, and you're paying the price right now.
I got one last one for you. So I watched that press conference by Dombrowski and Rob Thompson. And you know what? I wish you were on the air in Philly so bad because I had to turn it off because it was just Angelo was so pathetic. I'm like, dude, you were the team you should be in. Now, look, maybe the World Series was the Phillies and the Dodgers because I think those are the two best teams in baseball. But I mean, what was your takeaway on that whole thing?
Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for how out of touch it was with the basics of it. Rob Thompson. How many years of Rob Thompson taking one of the greatest rosters the Phillies have ever had and blowing it up every year during the playoffs because of stupid managing decisions, either by the book or that bunt in game 2 of the NLDS, which was totally against the book. Whatever reason, he can't manage in the biggest game. You've seen it for 4 years. You're Dave Dombrowski. All Dave does is play for today. Dave has always mortgaged every team to win this year.
No doubt.
And he's bringing this guy back to ruin one more, a fifth one. In my blog today, I openly question whether Dombrowski may be senile because there's no friggin' way he would bring that guy back. No way. What he did. What more do you need to see? At least be tested for the potential of insanity because you keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. No, I'm telling you, Dan, it's embarrassing. And I'm out. All right, understand it. I'm not rooting for the Phillies next season. I will not put myself through that again because I know Thompson will do all the same crap he's done for 4 straight years. And nobody, here's the real story. This would be something they'd look at if the media balls enough to come out and say, that's enough for Rob. Yeah, he's a wonderful man. That's not what managing is. Being a wonderful man doesn't get you anything in managing. Get somebody in there who knows how to manage a game. We are having problems right now with the two biggest sports that the coaching and managing stinks. And that's what you're seeing right now. And I say that after an Eagles victory.
Let me say this. I want to sneak this one in. Have you ever in your entire life ever seen a performance like Shohei Ohtani with those 3 bombs and those 6 strikeouts? I mean, Angelo, you probably have a little more of a reference on this. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm not going to go Wilt's 100, but I don't know, man. I've never seen anything in sports, NFL. I've never seen anything in NBA. I've never seen maybe Gretzky. I don't know. Have you ever seen anything in your life where a guy hits 3 home runs and strikes out 10 guys in 6 innings?
No, here's the thing. They did 3 home runs. Reminded me of Reggie Jackson. And I guess it was 78 or 79, one of those years. So 77. And that's 3 home runs. That's like this major series event. Same game, same person, struck out 10 in 6 shutout innings. Seriously? I mean, Babe Ruth was a guy who pitched and hit, but he never did that one game.
No, he never did that at the same time.
Right. Now, here's the thing. Now, and I know this is going to come off as sour grapes, but at some point, baseball has to address the fact that every great Japanese player now wants to play in LA for the Dodgers because, and I guess it's because Ohtani went there, right? But you can't have an even playing field for free agents. You have a $400 million budget and then have an entire country's talent accessible to you. In addition to that, that is not a level playing field. Seriously. I mean, at some point, I don't think it's this thing about these great Japanese players, and they have a lot of them, all right? They don't necessarily take the biggest offer. They take a place where they feel comfortable and can excel. So you're seeing Sasaki come in the 9th inning, throwing 101, 102. You got the other pitcher.
Yamamoto.
I can't even pronounce it. He's fantastic. Ohtani is hitting home runs and striking people out, right? You're going, well, I don't think we're going to be able to match that kind of firepower. So that's my one little bitch, but it wouldn't matter. If Thompson had all 3 of those great Japanese players and all of his own roster, I can absolutely guarantee you he would screw it up at some point in the playoffs and the Phillies would not win because he can't figure out what to do in big moments. And that's why he's back because we didn't have enough. And I am out. You understand? I am out. I am not a Phillies fan. I am not. I am just going to watch from a detached perspective.
You make sure you tell Rhea thank you very much for those kind words because I appreciate that very much. And I get what's going on over there right now. So thank you. Yep. And by the way, I'll make sure the next time we get Eskin on to make sure that you were quite perplexed about Tanner McKee. Taking over.
I tell you what, I heard that he's going to say next time he comes on that Taiwan Walker is winning the Cy Young Award next year because he watched him in practice and he hasn't shown. He's got a trick pitch now. It's going to be amazing. Hot take, guys. Useless.
Yeah, folks, make sure you check out AngeloCataldi.com. We will check you in 2 weeks. We'll do it again. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm tired now. It might even be 3 this time. I'm exhausted.
Thank you, Angelo. I appreciate you, my friend. Absolutely.